I'm going to show you everything you need to know about the WinFormManager component. So essentially, this is a component that exists in the NetAdvantage Windows Forms toolset, and it allows you to customize your actual forms, borders, and window in ways that you really can't by default by accessing your regular forms properties. So first, let's get started by locating the Ultra Form Manager, as it's called. The Ultra Form Manager, as it's called in the Visual Studio toolbox. We get it into our component area down here in our Visual Studio's form view and our design view. And essentially, what we have here is a Windows form with a couple of controls. And I just happen to be using an example I've made in a previous video. And what you want to do is you essentially want to set the properties by clicking the Ultra Form Manager's component and then going to the Visual Studio property window. And to get started, we'll expand the form style settings, and as we go down, the true power of this component comes from the exposure of all these various Infragistics appearance objects based properties. So I could expand any one of these guys that has the word appearance, and it's the same exact API. For those that have been working with the NetAdvantage WinForm stuff for a while, will know that there's lots of granularity in every element and many states for each element too. So that's what you get from this component. You have the ability to apply Infragistics based appearances to many parts of the form. So going down this list of properties in the API for the component, let's check out the caption property. So I'm going to click on this. Notice that you have the ability to have rich text, or formatted text, so I should say, not rich text, different things. So you have like a formatted text capability, so you can have really fancy caption. So you could do things like, have individual font sizes for each letter or each character if you like. You could set colors, and you could insert some images in here highlighting justification. I'm not sure if the hyperlinks work because the forms header area, that's the forms title area, is not really interactive, so I don't think that will work. But again, you could change fonts and have some really nice looking text in here. So that's the value of using this. So that's one of the things you could do, and here it is. Now as I scroll down a little bit more, I want to show you that you can choose different styles for the way this form is rendered. So as I click on this enumeration drop-down list, notice that there's different styles. So if I actually iterate through them, pay attention to the way the form looks. So as I go to Office 2000, it looks a little different. Office 2003, Visual Studio, Office XP. So there's some slight changes here and there. The thing is that the various types of dimensions and colors and schemes are used that are the same as these items represented in the enumeration. So let's keep it at the scenic ribbon. And again, there's just a bunch of other properties that it allows you to. Let's say if you're using App Stylist, you can have a dedicated style library name or style set name applied to this particular component, independent from what may be loaded in your app already. So let's run this application and see what it looks like. So here's my form with the cool form caption that looks different than other forms. So essentially the component kind of re-renders and grabs a hold of the window rendering, and grabs its handle and then re-renders the window according to whatever properties you've set. So notice the different types of buttons that show up in the forms header area, and that's basically what you get with this component. So if you wanted to style your windows above and beyond what's available from the regular Windows form, the Form Manager will do that for you.
Infragistics. On the web at infragistics.com.